Howdy lovelies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to our crafting, where we learn, grow and craft together. Today, I'm going to just have a play. I wanted to do something, and I was thinking about it the whole night. I sometimes have those spells where I just cannot sleep, and I was thinking up this whole beautiful project for today. And it was all based on one specific stencil, which I totally envisaged differently in my mind. So once I looked at it, I saw, but it's totally different than what I thought it was. So that is out the door. So I'm just going to have a play. It's going to be a tag, and you will see that I have now got 4 little orange dots here. That is to help me to stay within the frame. So let's get started with this play. And this is really unplanned. Like I told you, I planned on something that is not going to work today, and we'll just have a play. I've chosen 4 of Tim Holtz's people. Don't ask me what they called, solos. They are individual people, cutouts. I picked 4. I've got these 4 here. I kind of like this one, but I like all of them. I really do like all of them. This one is kind of steampunky. This one looks like a conductor, maybe a bellboy. I don't know, can also be somebody that is delivering post. He looks so chilled. And this one looks like a true gentleman with his chain watch on his waistcoat. So, let's see. Going to start with the background. For this, it's those really thick Manilla tags. They are 4 by 8 inches. This one got a bit of a squash on the corner, but it's not a problem. I want to use some stencils, and we will see what we're going to end up with. Like I said, this is totally unplanned, absolutely unplanned. So it's just going to be a nice, relaxing session where I'm just having a play. You are always welcome to fast forward and look at the pieces that you are interested in. Now, I am looking at stencils. Let's see. What do we have here? These 2 can go. There's 3 bigger diamonds. This one. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start with this one because it's kind of broken. And I'm going to start with a lighter color. A much lighter color. So I will be starting with tea dye distress ink. Let me just grab a piece of, let's move the gentleman out of the way for the moment. I like the broken diamond shapes. As always with stamps, or like with stamps, you don't have to always use the complete stamp. The same with stencils. Just kind of keep it together. You can use tape. If you are scared, you will move it. Kind of like that one too. And this one here. If you are scared that you will go over into the other blocks, you can always mask it off with a post-it note or some tape, low-tack washi tape. Those are always awesome to use. Part of that can be used just a tiny little bit. And then I want to just move this a tiny little bit, just for those 2 at the bottom there. This will be sort of the background. Maybe I want to repeat that one there. Now with some stencils, they have these intricate parts that can easily bend. When you are busy with your inking, just be careful. Soft, slow, circular motions work best. You cannot go in too aggressively, or you will bend those little pieces and they will be irreparable. I know there are people that when your stencils are bent, you can put them in warm water and flatten it with a heavy book or a heavy object, so that also helps. I want to get some script in here. What do I have close by? I kind of like the postcard thing. This stencil is it's got some script in here and postcard with the postage stamps. There's some florals, so I'm going to try and use that, and I want postcard on there somewhere. Like I said, right now I have no idea where this is going to take me, so I'm just getting, I'll just move this, let me just get that a little bit aligned again. Slow circular motions. You can use another brush. I have used them before. They are makeup brushes apparently. I am not a makeupy type like person. I do wear some seldomly. So these ones are genuinely just for crafting. That, and you can see those marks, but that's not bothering me. It will all be good. But I want to add that. Maybe there. And yes, I am still using the tea dye as I want to add layers with vintage and walnut and eventually ground espresso. So I will be adding just some, and of course we will put some labels and goodies on top. And I'm thinking of using some of Tim Holtz's Ephemera Snippets. I've got the snippets around here, a few other things that I've collected over time. So here I am adding a little bit more, so you can see that orangey brown color is truly coming through. And maybe here, there, I would love, this will be backwards if I do it that way. I want to get that in, maybe there, that will be perfect. Let's see. Now I don't want that part, so what I'll do is I'll just mask that off so that I do not use that part. And also the flowers, I'll put my finger there. And I just want a light little postage mark here. See, I think I already made up my mind of which one of those four gentlemen I will be using. There we have that. Is that bothering you? Might bother you, it doesn't bother me. You could have just masked that off as well. I will clean stencils later. I normally don't clean my stencils. Now, that's the tea dye, right? So let's bring walnuts, vintage, ground espresso, maybe a tiny little bit of rusty Hinge. That can always work. I just want to add a little bit of this small diamond on here. Don't want to really cover up that, but using that very same post-it note, just going to I don't want the others in there, so there we go. And here we can just, this ink pad is really, really juicy. And there we have that one. Just want to repeat this side. Let's turn it over. And then I will clean this stencil. Those post-it notes are not secure, so the top one is lifting up. There we have that. Now, not wanting to waste that little bit of ink, not that it's wasted, it's so little, but you can always grab. And now I must just be careful not to bump these things over. I've got a little card here that I can use that is close by. Just move this off and just put a little bit of that on there. This you can do that reverse stamping on it. You will see that on there. So that will work. You can use your little post-it notes over and over for the rest of your masking. We will clean that a little bit later. Now let's see the next one. Starting to take on shape. I just want to get some background print on here. This you can see I did not clean my stencil. So from a previous project, it's kind of that pinkish purple color. Just a little bit of text here and there. Don't want it to be too clear, but there we have that. Layer upon layer upon layer. That always gives a lot of interest. So, done with the rusty hinge for now. My all-time favorite vintage photo. Just love that one. Maybe a repetition over here as well. Doesn't have to be the whole diamond. It can be parts of that. I like the different color variations there. Just close this for a moment. Then I want walnut stain, and I'm trying to just get one. If you look here, this was stencil bended at one point, so I also have to just get it in some hot water just to get it to take on its original shape again and flatten out. There we go. Get a bit of a darker one. Maybe here as well. All right, that's enough with the diamonds now. I've got a text stencil. Maybe a different. It looks like dictionary, almost newspaper, could be anything. It's not really clear, so there we have that. Maybe something up there. Let's put that. I always get this one. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's it for now with all the backgrounds. We might just add a little bit of a splash. Let's see, where can we do that? Maybe up there. Walnut stain. There we have it, nice little splash. Maybe a repeat at this one here, at the bottom. All right, backgrounds are done now. I guess I can't be too sure about that yet. Maybe a little bit of a, just like so. See, these things are never planned. I think that is awesome. Now this one, I would like to just mask off the others. Here I can hold it, so that's fine. And no, I'm not dipping my tool again into the ink pad. I'm just using what is on the brush. There we have that. Now let's start with building this. There's our background. I'm thinking, I don't know which one is this. This is Tim Holtz, but I honestly can't say which set this is right now. I have to go look for you. I'm just wanting something different on here. That musk look. And I'm doing this in black Soot, Archival ink. As always, a stamping block would have been better. Just a very light, maybe a second generation stamp at the bottom, just so that you wonder, what is that? Right. With a ground espresso, let's take another one from these. I think I will take the script type, but this time I will use a stamping block. This is ground espresso, so it will be quite dark. As always, you don't have to use the whole stamp. And guess what? I've done that upside down. Would you believe it? But it is what it is. We sometimes have to embrace the imperfections. Just that little card again. And another time it can be utilized completely. We'll get back to the ink in a bit when we will be inking the edges. Let me just grab a baby wipe so I can just wipe that off. It's easily cleaned, very, very easily cleaned. Just want to put that stamp back in its set. So now let's see which one of these four gentlemen. Let's just push out that little part. That one. Yeah, it looks a little bit dwarfed right now. This one, we don't have anything to... You can maybe sit on that. That can work. Let's put it into one side. I really, really, really like this one. This one doesn't look too steampunky. I like this one with the top hat too. I can't make up my mind. I think... Let's see. Will it be this gentleman? Or... Then we need something at the bottom. Or will it be this one? I really, really like this one. I think he needs to be there. So, okay. Sorry, gentlemen. We'll use you another time. So, I took some snippets from the ephemera pack snippets. You don't have to use the whole thing like always. Let's see. Let's see. Don't want to close all of that now. Let me just see where we will put this one. Maybe like so. Special delivery. This has got a little loop out. I kind of like that. Confidential. Partial post. A little bit of red, maybe. And now we need something for here still. Let's see what I can reach here. Sorry for that noise in your ears. Let's look for something that we can add. What would that be? At this point, it can be anything. Kind of like that. But it is almost overshadowing the poor man. I like that. Let's see. Maybe there's something else. There are always plenty that you can add. I kind of like that composition. All right. I think that's it. And then we'll get to parcel post. Right. So now, going to use some Distress Collage medium. And I'm going to start with the things that I know exactly where I want it. I can't glue him down yet because he is like the last layer. So I will lift him off in a moment or so. Let's just get this confidential down here. You've got about a minute to move these things around before they stick down. So we will put him back in a second. You could have used any glue for this, art glitter, Eileen's, glue stick, whatever your favorite glue is. I just grabbed this, it was close by, and some of these pieces are a bit thicker. So let's put that one about there. Don't want to close all that up. For this one, I want to just ink that before I glue it down. And you will notice that we don't have any red stamping. We only have the red in some of the... Oh, that one is lifting up a little bit. And I think I added it skew, but it is what it is. This collage medium stick things down almost instantaneously. I like the fine tip nozzle. I really, really do. Don't want to close all of that now. There we have. Let's just make sure. There, this one is set there. And would you believe it, my alarm went off in the meantime. We have an extra day of, it's like a public holiday. And the alarms are going off for my usual class routine. And it's clear that I did not deactivate that. There we have that one. This is kind of cute. And this one. We set like that, yes. If not, it will be in a minute where we want it. Or where it will be. You really don't have a lot of time with a collage medium. So you should be sure where you want to put it. Because within a few seconds, it is stuck down. Collage matte medium or distress collage medium matte. It's awesome to attach metals to paper, leather, glass, all kinds of, obviously paper to paper too, but you can do all kinds with this. Wood pieces, all of that can be attached to paper. Now I just want to get this turned over so I can place him there. And again, it needs to be done with. Once you put it down, you can't move it. It's not like a glue stick. We need something red up there still. But I want to just add this maybe here somewhere. I kind of like that. I want to look for a postage stamp. I think that will round this off beautifully. We said about there. Oi. And that is it. After that, it's stuck down. So, let me just think. I just need to move a little bit out of the way to get the postage stamps. So as I'm looking for the postage stamps, I realize I still got all these chipboards that I can easily use. And there's some stickers still there that might just add some interest. Let me just see. There's lots of browns. Lots of browns. I'm looking for something red just to kind of like this one better, but I would still like a postage stamp. Now these are self-printed. It's one of Tim stamp sets as well that I've previously done. If you maybe follow me on YouTube with my other series, What's in the Basket, I showed you how to make your own labels, randoms under the randoms, but these were in the bits and bobs. So sometimes there will be self-stamped images that I attach, other times, and it's mostly Digi and SVG designs for use, and Tracy Fox's Love for Junk Journals, I think it is on Etsy. So I don't even know which is which anymore. So I always just have to mention the both of them. So let's add these last two little things. Postcard. Take that down, let's see. I kind of like that one there. This is very thin, but it was on vintage paper that I stamped it. So it's very, very thin and brittle. And there we have that. So I'll add that one there. I think that will just round this off nicely. Is this now straight. Oh, I could still move it a little bit. There we have that. Just to ink the edges now. And for that I will be using Vintage Photo. This is a beautifully big size tag. Like I said at the beginning, it's 4 by 8 inches. So it gives you a lot of space to play and create and just do you. There we have that one. I think I need to go a little bit darker with this one. Just bear with me for a moment. I'll put those things back. I think I want walnut stain. Just make it a little bit darker. There we go. That I like a bit more. I love vintage. I always do it with Vintage Photo. That is now one ink pad that I use almost daily. If I create, that's the one that I use. But sometimes you just need a little bit more of a grunge. And then I just want to take the other one and I just want to add a little bit of grunge here and there. So on the tag, and be careful that you don't make a circular imprint on your tag. So if you have a very saturated, juicy ink pad, it will really make that imprint. I want to just do that a little bit more brown. There we have that one. That just looks gorgeous. And there we have our tag. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you for joining me. If you go and try, play, and I have inspired you, please tag Wawa Crafting on social media. If you want to see more content like this, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that little notification bell so that you can be notified of future uploads. And as always, I'll appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel too. See you back soon. Goodbye.